You're wasting money on translation tools right now. Every single month paying for Google Translate API or DeepL or whatever service you're using, and you're stuck waiting for internet just to translate a simple sentence. What if I told you there's a completely free translator that runs on your phone with zero internet connection, and it's actually better than the paid ones? That's exactly what just dropped. Hey, it's Hada, and today we're diving into something that completely changes how you think about translation. Tencent just released HYMT 1.5, and this thing is wild. It's a translation model that runs completely offline on your phone, and it's free. No subscriptions, no API fees, no forced internet connection, just pure translation power sitting right in your pocket. And before you think this is some watered down offline tool, let me tell you it beat Google and OpenAI in the world's biggest translation competition. I'm talking about the WMT 25 competition where it won 30 out of 31 language pairs. That's not a typo, 30 out of 31. Here's what makes this different from every other translation tool you've used. First, it's actually two models. You've got the 1.8B version that's built specifically for phones and mobile devices. Then there's the 7B version for servers and more powerful setups. Both are open source, both are completely free. The mobile version is what really blows my mind. After they compress it down, it runs on about 1 GB of memory. 1 gig? That's less than most apps on your phone. And it's fast. 0.18 seconds to process 50 tokens. That's faster than the commercial APIs you're paying for, and it's running locally on your device with no internet needed. Now you might be wondering about quality. The 7B version won those 30 language pairs at WMT 25, and the smaller mobile version performs almost as well. Translation quality that matches or beats tools you're currently paying for. It supports 33 languages: English, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, French, German, Russian, Arabic, Spanish, and 25 more. Plus, it handles 5 different Chinese dialects. So if you're working with Cantonese or any regional Chinese variants, it's got you covered. But here's where it gets really practical. 3 features that actually matter for real work. Feature 1 is terminology control. You can tell it exactly how to translate specific words. Say you're translating medical documents and you need specific medical terms translated a certain way. You just give it your terminology list and it follows it. No more going back through and fixing specialized terms because the AI decided to get creative. Feature 2 is context-aware translation. The model actually looks at what came before to make better decisions. So when you're translating something like pilot, it knows if you're talking about a TV show, pilot, or an airplane pilot based on context. Simple but powerful. Feature 3 is format preservation. If you're translating a document with HTML tags or special formatting, it keeps everything intact. You're not spending hours reformatting after translation. The structure stays exactly how it was. When I first started working with translation tools, I was overwhelmed by the costs. You've got per character pricing or monthly subscriptions or rate limits. That's when I found this community called AI Profit Boardroom. 1,800 members all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. It taught me which workflows save time versus which ones waste it. The community shares real use cases and practical implementations. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and skills, check it out. Link in description. Let me show you what makes this technically interesting. The training process is actually smart. They used something called on-policy distillation. Basically, the big 7B model acts as a teacher for the smaller 1.8B model. But instead of just copying the big model's answers, the small model learns from its own mistakes in real time. This means the small model punches way above its weight class. It's got less than 1/3 the parameters of the big model, but delivers nearly the same quality. That's why you can run professional grade translation on a phone. Here's what that means for actual use. You're traveling. No internet. You need to translate a menu or a sign or have a conversation. Pull out your phone. Instant translation. No waiting, no connection needed, no roaming charges for data. You're working on a document. Client wants it in 3 different languages. Run it through locally. No uploading sensitive information to someone else's servers. No API costs stacking up, no monthly limits. You're building an app that needs translation. Integrate this model. Your users get instant translation without you paying per API call. Your costs stay flat no matter how much your users translate. The model comes in different versions depending on your needs. There's the base 1.8B and 7B models. Then they've got quantized versions, FP8 quantization and int4 quantization. The int4 version is the smallest with the lowest memory usage. Perfect if you're really tight on resources. Everything is available on Hugging Face and GitHub. The code is open. The weights are open. You can look at exactly how it works. Modify it if you need to. Fine-tune it for your specific use case. Now let's talk about setup, because this is where most people get stuck with AI tools. If you're just using it casually, you can run it with Python and the Transformers library. 4 lines of code and you're translating. The documentation shows you exactly how. If you're deploying at scale, they provide Docker images. Ready to go. You can run it with VLLM or SGLang for faster inference. The GitHub repo has examples for everything. For mobile deployment, you'll need to quantize the model if you haven't already. They provide the quantized versions. Download, install, run. The 1 gig memory footprint means it'll work on most modern phones. Here's something most people miss. The model doesn't just translate. It understands formatting. You can wrap your source text in special tags and it'll preserve the structure. Super useful for web content or documents with complex layouts. And the context-aware feature works across multiple turns. So if you're having a conversation and translating back and forth, it remembers what was said before, makes the translations more natural and coherent. The terminology intervention is huge for professional work, legal documents, medical records, technical manuals, any field where precise terminology matters. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 1,800 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences. What's working, what's not. Which tools are worth your time, which ones to skip. No hype, just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates and figure out how to actually apply them. Link in description if you want to check it out. If you want the full process, SOPs, and 100+ AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 38,000 members who are crushing it with AI. The big picture here is this. Translation used to be expensive or low quality or both. This breaks that equation. Professional quality, free, offline, open source. Tencent released this on December 30th, 2025. It's available right now. GitHub link is in the description. Hugging Face link is there too. Everything you need to get started. The documentation is solid. Examples for different frameworks, different use cases, different deployment scenarios. They thought about how people actually use these tools and built accordingly. If you're still paying monthly for translation APIs, you need to evaluate this. If you're limited by internet connectivity, this solves it. If you're building something that needs translation, this is your answer. And the mobile version delivering nearly the same quality in 1 gigabyte of memory is engineering excellence. You can start using this today. Download it, test it, see how it compares to what you're currently using. That's it for this one. Links in the description for everything we talked about. AI Profit Boardroom, AI Success Lab, the GitHub repo, the Hugging Face models, all there. If this was helpful, hit the like button. If you want more AI tool breakdowns, subscribe, and drop a comment if you try this out. I want to know what you translate with it and how it compares to your current setup. See you in the next one.